online feeds. We begin the news with the sole administrator of Rivers State, Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, describing Rivers workers as pillars of productive society and development who have continued to ensure the smooth running of government services. Vice Admiral Ibas made a description in a statewide broadcast to Rivers workers to felicitate them on International Labour Day celebrated on 1st of May every year. Tamuno Barabi Murubu takes it from here.
Vice Admiral Ebas says such International Labour Days are remarkable for workers, and his administration recognizes their contributions to government, the economy and society, and assured that steps are taken to ensure the welfare is given the priority it deserves. The administrator also informed of measures being implemented to addressing some critical challenges that affect workers' morale, particularly reviewing the funding solutions affecting the contributory pension scheme and the consequential adjustment of 32,000 naira for retirees. He said the free bus scheme will resume operations. A leadership training program will be organized for senior civil servants in the next 2 weeks to build their capacity to perform.
It was with a clear mandate to stabilize the state, restore institutional functionality, guarantee security, protect lives and property, and uphold the rule of law. I assume this responsibility on the 20th of March 2025, fully aware of the task at hand and the expectations of both the federal government and the people of Rivers State. Since then, we have worked diligently, taking deliberate and coordinated steps to address the root cause of the challenges that brought us here. Our approach has covered political dialogue, administrative reform, financial order, and above all, the restoration of peace and public confidence.
Vice Admiral Ibas said while institutions of governance are restored and public trust rebuilt, well-meaning Rivers people need to join efforts with his administration to achieve set goals. He, however, vowed to reposition Rivers State so that it can take its rightful place as a model of peace, productivity, and progress.
Let me share some of what we are already doing to support workers. Salaries and pensions are being paid promptly because no one should labor and then be left to suffer. We have approved payments for newly employed staff in the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital and the judiciary. We have resolved salary disputes for medical and healthcare workers in our local government areas and directed they receive their rightful earnings. And we have ensured the minimum wage is paid to all local government employees. In addition, we are addressing some critical challenges that have long affected workers' morale and well-being. First, the contributory pension scheme we know has been a source of concern, with the deadline for transition fast approaching in July 2025. We are reviewing the issues and funding gaps and working to find a lasting and fair solution.
Tamuno Barabi Iblubo, Rstv News.
Suspended Governor of Rivers State, Siminala Ifubara, has felicitated with Rivers workforce on occasion of this year's Workers' Day celebration. In a message of solidarity and appreciation, Governor Fubara praised the resilience, dedication, and professionalism of the Rivers workforce, particularly in the light of ongoing challenges to democratic governance in the state, and described their commitment as a backbone of the state development and beacon of hope for a better future. Governor Fubara in a statement said that this year's theme, ensuring safety and health at work in a challenging climate, underscores the urgent need to protect workers and escalating environmental threats and social uncertainties, and stressed the importance of prioritizing occupational safety and well-being as essential pillars for sustainable growth. Similarly, workers in Rivers State have joined their counterparts in the world over to mark this year's Workers' Day celebration. Melvin Jackson was there.
Addressing workers at the Labour House, Chairman Nigerian Labour Congress NLC, Rivers State Council, Comrade Alex Agwanwo, said that this year's workers' celebration is a peculiar one as it marks the freedom and liberation of workers from slave masters. The chairman noted that the organization had a checkered history, surviving 2 instances of dissolution of its national organs and consequent appointment of state administration in military regimes, whose government became fed up with the labor movement's agitation for the restoration of democracy. Comrade Agwanwo added that the union would not fold its hands and watch some of its heroes and veterans in the union die in penury after putting more than half of their life existence in service and with nothing to show. Thanking Governor Siminalayi Fubara for his show of love to workers in the state.
As we reflect on the happenings in Rivers State, and the possible that is suspension of all democratically elected government and institutions in Rivers State, let us continue to remain steadfast, be law-abiding, and carry out our legitimate duty without fear or intimidation, and avoid acts that will lead or trigger provocation.
Speaker after speaker, some union personalities, including retirees, expressed their thoughts.
We are here to rewrite the negative narrative, and that is why we decide to be here, that democracy should be returned to Rivers State and to emergency rule in Rivers State.
That he has announced that he's considering the 32 minimum wage, minimum pension. We are also appealing to him to please release that money so that pensioners can get their gratuity on time. And more people are retiring in the system.
We pray for democracy, we had democracy, and we wish for democracy. In other words, still asking for democracy.
Chairman, Amalgamated Union of App-Based Transporters of Nigeria, Comrade Omoruyi Amos, who spoke on their predicaments as drivers on the roads, expressed their displeasures while commended Nigerian Labour Congress for the feat.
Legislative arm of government need to look into this and regulate the app-based industry. It is telling on us our members are dying. We have problem of even profiling. Our riders are not being profiled properly. You just download the application and start using it. Hoodlums are using it and they are killing our drivers. They are killing our members. Our cars are being snatched every day. You know, they block us without even asking us what is our offense. So it is a one-way decision. We are asking, before you block us, you must have to hear from the driver, not just the rider.
1st May every year is marked Workers' Day globally. But here in Rivers State, the case was different, as instead of the normal march past, workers were seen gathered at the Labour House displaying placards with various inscriptions to express their displeasures about happenings in the state. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Well, in the same vein, Sole Administrator of Eleme Local Government Council, Dr. Gloria Obo-Dibia, has enjoined staff of the council to be apolitical and focus on the discharge of their primary responsibility of moving the local government forward. She gave the advice at the 2025 Workers' Day celebration at the old premises of the council secretariat. Gospel Anele reports that Dr. Obo-Dibia was decorated by National Union of Local Government Employees.
Dr. Obo-Dibia, who described the teamwork as key to greater productivity for the overall development and welfare of the people, and joined the staff of Eleme Local Government Area to remain apolitical and build a viral local government using their time and energy. The Eleme Sole Administrator warned staff against indolence, but to be committed to their legitimate duties, adding that their work and expertise are valuable assets for the growth of the council. Dr. Obo-Dibia, however, assured the people of Eleme Local Government Area that her administration is determined to rebuild soon the local government secretariat that was gutted by fire a few months ago. She appreciated Noge, principal officers of the council and staff for their individual and collective efforts to make the Workers' Day a huge success.
I admonish you as the staff of Eleme Local Government Area to stay and to remain apolitical and to focus on your core responsibilities. Rest assured, there will be no room for indolence, so we must take our responsibilities very seriously. I warmly greet you on this Workers' Day celebration. Rest assured that my administration is committed in doing everything possible to see to the rebuilding of our secretariat in the possible shortest time.
Chairman of the occasion, Azik Saluka, who chronicled the history of the International Workers' Day, urged workers to sustain the struggle and remember those who died in the process, adding that workers need adequate welfare package.
I implore you to keep fighting. I'm not talking of violent protests or things like that, but don't stop asking. To whom much is given, much is expected. So, and as we go on, we should renew our commitment. You are called civil or public servants, so you're working for the public.
Head of Local Government Administration, Gominiluk Ntele, and the Chairman, National Union of Local Government Employees, Eleme Local Government Area, Mimi Gospel, who were impressed with the activities of Workers' Day, also lent their voices.
It is therefore imperative that workers all over the world are being celebrated for their absolute synergy to contributing their quota to the nation's building and economic uprising. I salute your tenacity or altruism in achieving organizational set goals.
She also asked us to focus on our responsibilities. I want to enjoin us that we are not partisans, we are public servants, so we should face our job. From now onwards, she also enjoined us to come in batches, even though we don't have accommodation.
Decoration of the sole administrator and dancing competition added color to the event. At the end of the dancing competition, 2 National Youth Service Corps members came first and third positions with 50,000 naira and 15,000 naira respectively, while a female staff of the council emerged second position and went home with cash sum of 25,000 naira. God's power, Anele, Rstv News.
Well, our apologies for the shaky sports in that film report. Do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can always subscribe and click on the notification bell for update on all our feeds. And in part 2 after the break, Saudi Arabia imposes $26,661 fine on hard visa violators. And in sports, Football Association bans transgender women from women's football following Supreme Court ruling. All these on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Power God is here. Dr. Jesus in action, God is here.
Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide presents Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut.
We have married for 12 years now.
They have been married for 12 years.
What really brought us to OPM was fruit of the womb. And today, God has blessed us with this bountiful baby, God's will, Udra Josh.
It is a night of healing. It is a night where power is released. It is a night where God answers all your troubling questions. It is a night of instant demonstration of the power of God over your stubborn situations. It is a night of total restoration. It is a night to enjoy the benefits of serving God. Date, Friday, 2nd May 2025. Time, 8 p.m. till dawn. Venue, OPM Headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Igbodo, Alo, Rivers State, Nigeria. Come with your coconut and encounter the raw power of God. OPM, Dr. Jesus in Action. Dr. Jesus in Action. God is here.
Hi. You don't know when you have bacteria breath, and bacteria may be the cause of it. Don't let bacteria breath get all the attention. Use Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Close-Up helps get rid of bacteria breath.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
We're glad to welcome you back again to the news. President Bola Tinubu has reiterated his administration's commitment to prioritizing the welfare of Nigerian workers, describing them as the engine of our economy and key drivers of national development. In a message posted on his verified X handle on Thursday, where he acknowledged the vital role workers play in sustaining the nation's progress and pledged continued support to their well-being. Extending his goodwill to all Nigerian workers across the sectors and age groups, President Tinubu recognized the diverse contributions of individuals in both public and private sectors. The President celebrated the occasion of Workers' Day by saluting the resilience and dedication of the nation's workforce. The Nigerian Labour Congress has called on the federal government to raise the retirement age for all civil servants to 65 years or 40 years of service, aligning with conditions already granted to select sectors. Speaking during the May Day celebration at Eagle Square in Abuja on Thursday, NLC President Joe Ajaero made the appeal while presenting the union's key demands. He emphasized that equal treatment across all categories of civil servants will promote fairness, boost morale, and enhance efficiency in public sector. The lineup of activities commemorating this year's World Press Freedom Day began on Monday this week with media sensitization tours to enlighten the public on the significance of press freedom, highlighting the role of journalism, advocating for journalist safety and honoring fallen journalists. A statement by the chairman, Paul Dambo, and Secretary Helen Inserim said veteran media practitioners and key stakeholders have been sharing insights on the importance of press freedom and encouraging active public participation in the upcoming celebrations. According to the statement, a webinar will hold on Friday, 2nd May 2025 at 10 o'clock with the theme AI, Fake News and the Media, Ethical Challenges for Journalists Today, featuring Elfrida Kevin Alerici, founder of Jonotech and Colonist Report UK Africa, as a guest speaker. It said that journalists of Rivers Council will embark on a freedom walk, symbolizing their collective commitment to freedom of expression and press at 8 a.m. on Saturday, May 3rd, which will be closely followed by a symposium and press conference on the theme of this year's World Press Freedom Day, reporting in a brave new world, the impact of artificial intelligence on press freedom and the media. And a statement added that the statement added that the week-long event will be culminated on Monday, 5th May at Rivers State University in a program organized by the NUJ Rivers State Council in collaboration with the institution's Faculty of Communication and Media Studies where a mentorship session will be held as papers are presented. Excuse me. Nigerian banks will commence implementing charges for alerts and other short messages communication to the customers at the rate of 6 naira for every SMS transaction with effect from today. Excuse me. This is coming on the heels of the increase in telecommunications rates by telecommunication providers following a note by the federal government. The SMS charges were increased by 50% to 6 naira from the previous 4 naira per message, following various banks had sent emails to their customers to inform them of the new SMS rates. Now on the foreign scene, the Saudi Ministry of Interior has announced strict new penalties targeting individuals who violate Hajj permit regulations, including a fine of $26,661 on those who apply for visa on behalf of people attempting to perform Hajj without proper authorization. The new measures released via the Saudi press agency are part of intensified efforts to curb unauthorized access to Makkah and the holy sites during the annual pilgrimage. The enforcement period will run from the 1st of Dhul Qa'dah to the 14th of Dhul Hijjah, the Islamic calendar month surrounding and including the Hajj. The ministry added that illegal infiltrators, whether residents or visa overstayers found attempting to perform Hajj, will be deported and banned from re-entering the kingdom for 10 years. And in sports, in a landmark decision, the Football Association has announced that transgender women will no longer be permitted to play in women's football in England from 1st June this year. The move follows a ruling by the UK Supreme Court that legally defines a woman as someone born biologically female. The ruling will impact fewer than 30 registered transgender women in England's grassroots football, with no known transgender women currently playing professionally across the home nations. The FA has begun contacting those affected to explore ways they can remain involved in the sport. This is Rstv World News. Do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can always subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Now to any news, a recap of some of the major stories. River State Solar Administrator Ibas Ekwe has described Rivers workers as pillars of productive society and development who have continued to ensure the smooth running of government services while commemorating Workers' Day. Suspended River State Governor Siminala Ifubara has felicitated River State workforce on occasion of this year's Workers' Day celebration, appreciating their resilience, dedication, and professionalism in the Rivers workforce. The Nigerian Labour Congress has called on the federal government to raise the retirement age for all civil servants to 65 years or 40 years of service, aligning with conditions already granted to select sectors. We had reported to you that Nigerian banks have today commenced implementing charges for alerts and other short messages communications to the customers at the rate of 6 naira for every SMS transaction. And that's it on the news. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I am Solomon Nelson Braid. Good night.